this question reads, a soccer coach riding his bike reaches his office in X hours. If he travels at 24 kilometers per hour, he reaches his office 5 minutes late. If he travels at 30 kilometers per hour, he reaches his office 4 minutes early. How far is his office from his house? Okay, so this is a question where the author is trying to get you to take a bunch of extra steps by using X hours, right? And what we'll see is that we actually don't need to use X hours at all. What we can do, and we don't even need to use algebra or any other method like the Tanga. This is a case where if you do a little bit of analysis and you see what the question is actually telling you, then you can see that there is a much faster shortcut for this type of question. So what I notice is that we've got one speed and he arrives late, and another speed and he arrives early. Okay, so this is something that the GMAT does to try to make the information more confusing. But really what they're telling us is that the time between the time that they will reach his house has a difference of 9 minutes, 5 plus 4 minutes, right? If you add up these two, you have a difference of 9 minutes. And so basically what we can do is now we can back solve using the answer choices, plugging those in to our distance rate formula, and figure out which distance gives us a difference of 9 minutes between the two speeds, right? So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to start with the middle number, right? Now, because traveling at two different speeds, right, if you travel a very, very short distance, the time difference is going to be very, very small. And the bigger that distance is over a large amount of distance, then the difference in time will get bigger. Since we know this relationship is directly proportional, or it's the smaller distance means smaller difference of time, bigger difference means bigger difference of time, that means that when we back solve starting with the middle number, when we test the middle number, one of three things is going to happen. Either we could get lucky and we get the right answer on the first try, right? But even if that doesn't happen, it leaves us in really good position, because let's say that 36 kilometers gives us a difference that is bigger than 9 minutes, right? Well, what that means is that 36, 40, and 72 will all be wrong answers. They'll all be too big of a distance because it gives you too many minutes in between the speeds. The opposite could also happen where we get a number smaller than 9 minutes. If that's the case, then 18, 24, and 36 are all wrong answers because they're all too short of a distance. In either case, we're left with two viable options, at which point we'll simply test one of the two options and we'll either get a right or wrong answer. If we get the right answer, great. If we get the wrong answer, great, because we've at that point eliminated all four wrong answers. So let me demonstrate how this works, right? So we're going to test 36 kilometers, right? And if we put this in our Tanga, you're going to get 36 kilometers over 24 kilometers per hour, or 36 kilometers over 30 kilometers per hour. And we're going to get our answer in hours, right? 36 over 24 is 1.5 hours. And here I'm going to do a little bit of a trick, because since I know that I eventually want to get minutes, right? We're dealing with 9-minute difference. Then if I work with a number of hours that has 60 in the denominator, then I know that I can simply multiply by 60. The 60s will cancel out, and I'll have the number of minutes. So for example, I know that 36 over 30 is the same thing as 72 over 60. So I make this 72 over 60 hours, and now I know that this is 72 minutes. Because you multiply by 60 in order to get the number of minutes. Now, on the left-hand side, we have 1.5 hours, which is 90 minutes, and our difference is 18 minutes. This is too big. So, like we said, options C, D, and E are all eliminated. So now let's try another one of the numbers. Let's try 24, right? So you get 24 kilometers, 24 kilometers per hour. You get 1 hour. And then you get 24 over 30. And using the same trick, we're going to make this 48 over 60 hours. So 1 hour is 60 minutes, 48 minutes over here, and it's still too big. It's a 12-minute difference. So what that means is that A must be the correct answer. Now, if you don't believe me, you can simply test it out. You won't want to do this on the real test. You'll want to trust your method and know that you've correctly eliminated all of the wrong answers. But you can do 18 kilometers over 24 kilometers per hour, 18 kilometers over 30 kilometers per hour, and 18 over 24, if we divide the numerator and the denominator both by 6, it's going to reduce to 3/4 hour. And on the right-hand side, using the same trick, we're going to get 36 over 60 hours. So this gives us 3/4 of an hour is 45 minutes. And we have 36 minutes over here, the difference of which is 9 minutes. So we just confirmed that, yes, A is the correct answer.